baller. I don't really care 'cause you're a bugaboo. You saying no, 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 no.
That's a lot of reasons why my life spiraled out of control.
I'm Latavia Roberson, and I'm an original member of Destiny's Child.
Remember Latavia Roberson, the OG member of Destiny's Child. She was right there at the heart of the girl power storm of the 90s. And then, just like that, she disappeared. What's the scoop? Get ready to dive into the sizzling story of her infamous exit from one of the 90s most ultimate girl groups. Trust me, this ride through Celebland is about to get really wild. Before Queen Bee ascended her pop throne, there was Destiny's Child. And before Destiny's Child became the trio we jammed to, they were a quartet. Beyonce Knowles, Kelly Rowland, LaToya Luckett, and Latavia Roberson. Who ran the world? These girls.
We knew each other for so many years. We grew up together. We were best friends. We were all sisters. We completed each other. And it wasn't losing a business partner or a group member. It was losing a best friend.
But wait, what happened behind the scenes with Latavia Roberson? Why was she kicked out of Destiny's Child? Let's spill the tea, shall we? Before she was slaying with Destiny's Child, Roberson was strutting her stuff as a child model. Can you imagine? Appearing in commercials and all, flaunting those curls for Soft and Beautiful's Just For Me hair care relaxer for kids.
I want style, body and shine. I look that's totally on mine.
Talk about a throwback, huh? Now on to the juicy details. Now get this, Latavia was just 8 when she stepped up to the mic, thinking she'd be a rapper and dancer, but Destiny had other plans. She and Beyonce, yup, the Beyonce, auditioned for the same show and clicked right away, almost turning into a dynamic duo early.
I got an auditioned for a group with girls of all nationalities. These 3 ladies wanted to form a group and just wanted it to be, like a sisterhood and everything. So I tried out. That's the day that I met Beyonce, and I made the auditions that day.
Imagine that world, y'all. Then came Kelly Rowland, LaToya Luckett, and Latavia was like, girl, you gotta join us. They started singing their hearts out, and before you knew it, they were on Star Search, throwing down as Girls Time.
It's interesting how it all kind of just falls together,
Yes.
right? And then you all were on Star Search.
We were.
With a brand new slam, guaranteed to make it jam.
Beyonce's dad, Matthew Knowles, stepped in, shook things up, and Destiny's Child was born.
Girls got dropped. Then that's when I really got engaged in it, looking for record deals, and a lot of people passed on them. A lot of folks passed.
And they were Destiny's Child at that time?
They were Cliche and Something Fresh. So see, they went from Girls Time to the Dolls to Cliche to Something Fresh to Destiny.
They hit it big with Bills, Bills, Bills and Say My Name. Latavia was living the dream, right? But hold up, the tea gets hot. Latavia was no background vocalist. She was a front row headliner in the game of life, smart as a whip, and never one to just sit quietly in the corner.
Yeah. What do you think that they saw in you that made them go, we won't hurt?
I think that they saw in me that no matter what, that I had a personality.
Yes.
I was sassy.
Yes.
I had a mouthpiece.
Still do.
Me.
In the wild world of music where sharks often wear suits, Latavia knew she needed more than just her talent. So girlfriend wanted to bring an attorney on board to keep things straight. Talk about being savvy.
You and LaToya wanted different management because at the time, Matthew was managing all of you guys. Okay, I'm already wrong.
Yes, you are.
Then break it down.
No, we didn't want different management. We just simply wanted to get a business manager to come in on top of that, to just make sure that we were all taken care of. You as a half of the group, you cannot fire the manager. Nobody ever wanted to do that. And it was said, even by management, that it's ludicrous. You can't fire the group's manager. We didn't try to do that. What I did was disaffirm, because we had separate contracts. I disaffirmed my personal contract.
Right.
It wasn't firing the group's manager. We could not do that.
Right.
But it was to be able to be heard. Because when you're told certain things like, oh, you don't do enough in this group to have a voice to speak, then sometimes you have to go through different measures.
But oh, did that move ruffle some feathers? How dare she demand fairness? In 2000, just as they're hitting their stride, drama strikes. Latavia and Latoya get the boot, thanks to some shady management moves by, you guessed it, Matthew Knowles. Talk about family favoritism. Now, let's chew on this juicy bit. Rumors swirled that she and Toya decided to peace out on their own terms. But hold up, Latavia sets the record straight with a zinger. I never left Destiny's Child. That's crazy. Who would voluntarily leave a hit machine like that?
So now you were replaced, and I heard you didn't find out that they were replaced in the group until the video for Say My Name came out. Can you imagine watching BET at 106 in Park and seeing somebody else in your slot?
That's exactly what happened. Like, it was crazy.
Now, you won't believe the roller coaster Roberson's life took after having the rug pulled from under her. Imagine, one day you're hitting high notes on tour with your besties. The next, you're solo, singing the blues all by yourself. As a young star, she wasn't living the typical teenage dream. No proms, no graduation parties, just endless road trips with her crew.
It is totally different. Like, it was rehearsal. Even once we did get our record deal, it was rehearsal and for like 8 hours, and then we would do it. Wake up the next day, it was the same thing.
Yes.
And so we had to be on point.
And then, just like that, without warning, she's flying solo, and not in a good way.
I was fine, but then I started being depressed.
Yeah.
Of course,
it's almost like a breakup of a family.
It's like a bad divorce.
Yeah.
And it wasn't so much everything being about the group, but I had a real life. You know, my childhood started to come into play. The lack of my father being there all the time. Things were going on with my mother and I was molested by my stepfather and all that. So life started to take toll on me.
Can you imagine? No more late night giggles or impromptu dance-offs. Just her and her lonesome self. So, how does she deal with this mega dose of solitude? Spoiler alert, it wasn't with yoga or meditation. Nope. Our girl turned to the bottle.
Got in my own head. All that turned to alcohol and drugs. Not that it was going to fix anything, but I was just this young girl that I had a lot. I didn't know what was going to come. Didn't know where I was going to go. I had no idea. I was just living day by day.
From the glitz and glamour, straight into the grips of depression, battling demons of a dark past. But wait, her new BFFs? None other than the local jailbirds. Yup, her coping strategy scored her not one, not two, but multiple stints behind bars. How does she bounce back from this hot mess? March 2000, the music world stage is set for a spectacular showdown. Roberson and Luckett, now former members of Destiny's Child, sling a lawsuit right at Matthew Knowles and the iconic group itself. Can you imagine the tension? It's like a spicy episode of your favorite soap opera, but with real-life divas and power plays. The media lapped it up as both sides tossed zingers back and forth like a tennis match in magazine and newspaper interviews. The plot twist? A settlement cools the jets by making them promise to zip their lips about each other in public. But wait, the saga continues as Roberson and Luckett, seemingly unable to resist the drama, filed another lawsuit over Destiny's Child hit song, Survivor. Why, you ask? They claim the lyrics threw shade at the split.
Thought I couldn't breathe without you, I'm inhaling. You thought I couldn't see without your perfect vision.
And just when you thought it was over, another out-of-court settlement in July 2002 closes the chapter. Or does it? Stay tuned, folks, because in the world of showbiz, you never know when old flames might spark new fires. And it might just start with her tell-all book.
I know that you have a book that's supposed to be coming out. Will you be talking more in depth about what happened to you?
Oh, absolutely. I love it. People like to call my book a tell-all. We don't like to call it that. Sounds kind of scandalous sometimes, but it is to a certain extent. But I like to call it my love letter because I want to be really transparent to all of my supporters and everybody who supported me through the time that they didn't see me.
Stay tuned. This is a must-read. Imagine, once a part of one of the hottest girl groups and then suddenly left without a voice, silenced by her own battles. When she finally broke that silence, she was all about giving back. She made a dazzling comeback, not just stepping back into the spotlight, but also stepping up for others. In 2013, she was not just strutting her stuff on stage, but also played the juggling act of motherhood.
So how is motherhood?
It's wonderful. I can't describe the feelings that I have when I think about my daughter. I'm the new spokesperson for Save Our Daughters, the Yale Moms campaign. And when I saw the flyer with the picture of my daughter now, and it brought tears to my eyes. Wow. It's just wonderful to be able to go speak about motherhood, because there's nothing that I would do for my daughter. And she's the reason why I wake up. She's the reason why I breathe.
That's what's up. Talk about a plot twist. And can you believe she had stage fright on R&B Divas Atlanta in 2014? Imagine, a diva who's scared to sing. That's irony, right? Now, get this. She appeared on the Wendy Williams show. Dish out all the details about her time on the show.
That baby's cute. Who's your baby's father? Do we know who he is?
He's a music
Like
producer.
Drake or something? In that clip that we just saw, you were talking about being nervous to sing. Why is that?
Well, I feel like they have really played it up a whole lot, especially for television.
Reality.
And it's not really about singing so much. My truthful reality is that all of the ladies have been constantly in the industry and they've been doing projects and performing and everything. And my truth is that I've been away for 10 years.
I would think that it would be like riding a bike, though.
It kind of, but like so much happened during that time that I had to get away from music completely. So that's just.
What have you been doing for money for 10 years? Like, how does that work?
I'm good, girl.
Okay.
I wrote on the albums, so
good for you.
Publishing, yes,
good
ma'am,
for you.
yes. Publishing.
And just when you thought she'd stick to singing, in 2015, Latavia flipped the script and dove headfirst into the world of hair extensions with Luxury Hair Direct. Oh, and she didn't stop there. She's also been playing fairy godmother with the charity Saving Our Daughters. What's next for this diva? What happened between the original Fab Four after all these years? Turns out the drama wasn't even between the queens themselves, but that pesky management. Flash forward to Beyoncé's Renaissance World Tour stop in Houston, and guess who's backstage? Yes, darling, the whole gang. LaToya Luckett, Michelle Williams, Kelly Rowland, and Queen Bee herself. It was a scene straight out of a feel-good movie, complete with kiddos running around and all. Latavia Roberson said it was like no time had passed. They were just chilling, catching up, having those heart-to-hearts. She even snagged some private time with Beyoncé. Can you imagine? But hold up, the juiciest bit? As they were all saying their goodbyes, they formed a circle, held hands, and prayed together. Each one sending up a little prayer for the others. I mean, talk about a magical movie moment. That's some sisterhood magic right there. So the big question is, are we all just witnessing the calm before another fabulous Destiny's Child storm? Now, let's hit pause on the drama and slide in a fun fact to keep things light. Ever wondered what stirs up the soul in those swoon-worthy Quiet Storm tracks? Well, the whispers are true, and we're about to dive into the love saga behind Jagged Edge's velvety smooth Promise.
Baby, I promise that I'll stay true.
Latavia spilled all the details in a tell-all radio interview. Guess what? Promise was penned for none other than her. According to Latavia, back in the day, she and Jagged Edge heartthrob Brandon were an item. Imagine, young love in the fast lane of music fame. Oh, and remember those old school rumors about Latavia and LaToya being booted from Destiny's Child for dating Jagged Edge's Brandon and Brian Casey? Well, Latavia confirms they were indeed an item, but says that love triangle wasn't the cause of their Destiny's Child departure. In 2023, Latavia Roberson wasn't just sitting around. She launched the La Papillon Foundation to empower young girls and started her own makeup line, the Queen's Collection. But there's more fashion in the mix. She strutted her stuff with the Fall-Winter 2024 collection of her fashion line, LMR Collection, at New York Fashion Week in February 2024. How does she even find the time? Now let's talk family. Latavia is juggling motherhood and a bustling career with two cuties in tow. Lyric Milan Richard, born on August 21st, 2013, and London St. Richard, born on September 23rd, 2019. Her partner in crime and romance? The one and only Don Vito.
My climb back up with me being a mom, I'll do anything for my children. My children have made me
understand how important it is for mommy to climb. I've always wanted to be a mom since I was 15. And my children have made me realize how important it is for mommy to always understand how important it is for me to be me. And it's not about what anybody thinks. My life is about my children.
And if you're wondering just how well she's doing, Latavia's music career, along with her ventures in acting and reality TV, have racked up a cool $2 million net worth as of 2024, according to Idol Net Worth. That's right, folks. She's not just living, she's thriving and surviving in style. Latavia, how do you do it all?